Thank you, Zodiac. Joining me on May 24th, last week of May, going into, wow. And today we'll be doing Aries Taurus, because Monday's always Aries Taurus day. And with 2 signs a day I do, and a strict schedule, so each day, and Saturday concludes with the Weekend Quickies and Aquarius Pisces. So right now, the Morning Quickies here. I'm going to pull through the deck, start with Aries. And we're asking Spirit, may in the love and light, so it serves the greatest good only, for advice for our Aries friends in love and relationships. This is you, Aries, showing up with your King of Swords energy here. That's a good way to show up. Good way to start the end of the month. Asserting, it's kind of Aries anyway, so you would think, right, asserting yourself, verbally, speaking out, mentally, it's feeling sharp, using your mind, feeling like you kind of, your mind feels like you're in control of things, like you understand situations, you're succinct, to the point, direct, truthful, you demand the truth, and you're kind of sitting in your power here too. But what's crossing you is this Devil card. This is your crossing here. What your difficulty is. Devil. It could be so many things. Now this is a love relationship reading, so we're going to go here not with really Capricorn, unless Capricorn's prominent in your chart in regards to issues of controlling, I call them the whole plutonic spectrum, in relationships, obsessions, the toxicity even can be with this, okay? And, actually, if it was in the position of advice over here, I mean, I could say, hey, seriously, go out and get some sex toys and spice things up, it's trying to say. But here it's saying, no, there's a problem with that kind of area. And your advice is a Page of Pentacles. Wow. I'm still moving towards your person here who you're interested in, but you're coming in very strong, very decisive. The King of Swords is not compromising. Here's something. You've said to someone, to yourself, probably out loud, maybe many times, I'm not settling, I'm not settling. The King of Swords doesn't settle, Aries. So here you are. This is advice. Be very sincere. And maybe kind of like a little bit more humble. Look, this is a much more humble character than this King of Swords. Extremely strong, powerful King of Swords. And I almost feel like this is preparing you for something, because not only sincerity, but a real beginning here. A real beginning. Not something that's just for a day or a week or a summer. But something sincere. It might point to a younger earth sign. Let's see. Queen of Cups, so more of a mature water sign. This is definitely your person now. There's some kind of pursuit here. You see, she's looking away from the reading. And the way you're kind of looking into the reading, you're at me, direct ahead. You're not looking into the reading yourself. It's like you're maybe being stubborn about something in yourself, Aries, and might be around these issues. This is with this very sensitive person. Maybe they kind of have a little hard time with it, whatever this is. It's just the issues of control and sexuality, and shadow stuff, and obsessions, 8th house stuff, plutonic stuff. And it's asking you to be like, kind of like childlike, like really soften, but not weaken, because it's Pentacle. But just approach things like a new beginning, but like sincerely. Say, whoa, whoa, whoa. And maybe that's an answer to this Devil energy, to your Queen of Cups here, who I think is the one on your mind. I get the feeling the male or female is physically really beautiful, but you really hurt their feelings. So sincerely try to go in and talk to them about it and be a little bit humble. Thank you, Taurus. It's the 24th of May already, last week of May. I'm doing your morning quickies here. This is the Casa edition. Couldn't get to the beach due to the weather. I think the rainy season is jumping the gun a bit, or maybe not. I don't know. It's my first rainy season. Here we go. This is you in the around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. It can be decisions. This, of course, Two of Pentacles. These are big decisions, typically Pentacles, things that would affect your life. Also see this the card of balance here. You got every color in the rainbow. There's a confidence to them, and like concentration, and a little bit of a weariness. If you can see the face good there, I hope. A little bit of weariness in his face. And I see this a lot as being the routines, Taurus. And this is something, a lot of times Taurus, pure archetypical Taurus energy kind of likes this. Particularly if it's a good routine, a productive routine that works for us. And like going to work, you know, typically a Taurus, they might love go to work, have the same desk. That's my desk, it's my route to work, this is my house. And you do that for 30 years and might be pretty happy with. Sagittarius, somewhere along the line, we'll go kill ourselves because of routine. But it's also good, like feeling good, hitting on all cylinders, doing what you need to do. And it can be doing you. I see this a lot in this position. Maybe you're single, maybe you're doing you. Maybe you took a step away from the relationship to do you. Here's the Knight of Cups. This is your challenge, which in your challenge position here. And it's moving into the reading, so it could be the challenge is something about you giving your cup to a person, is what's challenging you. Let's see here. This is your advice from Spirit. Wow. Nine of Pentacles. Now, coming with advice just after this challenge, and now starting with the Two of Pentacles. And I said it's could almost be like a single energy. If not a single energy, it's like, I really feel like it's someone doing them. It takes like a lot of effort. It's that thing where everyone always tells you, to heal, you got to be by yourself, which I never understood, but kind of understand it, because it does, you have to put a lot of energy into it, You may have to get up in the morning and go and do your exercise, no matter what, because, if you miss a day, then, you don't want to miss a day. When you're doing this, you don't miss a day. You get up no matter what. You could be hungover, you could be almost sick. You could be like, God damn, I'm going to go out, I'm going to do my yoga, I'm going to do my walk. And it's, but there's a kind of dedication to it, but a routine to it too, and there's this Knight of Cups got to be your person. This could be a water sign, but mainly it's someone rushing in with love energy, and maybe with the Nine of Pentacles, advice is, you're really just not ready to be disrupted with that right now, Taurus. And the outcome is, yeah. And even this could be, I got a feeling, maybe this person is married, or they're coupled, and you don't want to go there, and maybe they're kind of, if not lying about it, downplaying it, or it's something shady. So definitely, it would be like, the reason this is in the challenge is because if you were to do it, you would be betraying your solid self here, where you're whole and complete, and, for basically a lie. You're not going to do that. No. That's like a bad deal with the devil. You'd be like, devil, come on, you gotta do a little better than that. I'm gonna betray myself. I want at least Prince Charming or something, right? Thank you guys. Gemini, thanks for joining me. It's the 24th of May, last weekend, or last week in May, here. And this is your Morning Quickies, the Casa edition. This is you, and in around relationships. Oh my goodness. Going through the deck here. So the iconic card of tarot that means heartache, and so it can only, if this is your reading, then in some way, now this is a daily reading, so this could be a really bad argument that really hurts your feelings. Maybe you're especially sensitive, Gemini. It wasn't a dig at Gemini. I'm a Sag. We're practically brothers and sisters, okay? So yeah, hopefully, I'm trying to be optimistic. It's not like, oh my God, we're done, or the marriage is over energy. This is your challenge. Now, I see this as a block. Hey, look how robust that is too. It's a big block. This is like you want to get into the club, but the bouncer is the size of a truck, and you ain't getting in the club. You ain't getting in the club. might be what you're upset about. So maybe it's not exactly with this. It might not be exactly someone blocking you, someone just turning you out, someone ghosting you, someone, um, or it could be something, it's an Ace of Pentacles, and that be someone, something that's solidly keeping you from your love here. And that's what you're upset about. And the advice is change. Now this is subtle, or not subtle. The not subtle is this block has to change. Maybe they're married. Maybe you're married. You would know. You probably know if they're married. I don't know how big a relationship this is. I swear people get to crush and fall in love. And I think with the internet and how we don't know anything sometimes about someone. But something's going to have to change. I mean, just that block has to be removed. And this doesn't necessarily indicate that you need to change, but it could. It's advice from Spirit. Um, and it's not look at it from a different way. It's flat out just make a change. Something has to transform. The outcome is this Emperor card. Aries. You could be dealing with the Aries. Or this, to me, I like this more just as your journey. Either way, it's the mirror. So you are dealing with the Aries, and they put you in this energy. What's blocking here is what you have to change is to be really strong in yourself and whole in yourself and channel that, highest part of yourself, most mature part of yourself, solid part. This is what you don't have. It's what's blocking you. It's like reversed. It's like if you had, in reverse, like you don't have a solid purchase. You don't have solid ground underneath of you, And whether you're coming out of heartache or just maybe what got you into the heartache is that you didn't have the solid ground under you and you weren't this emperor, and so it just led you into heartache. And then often that's the case, if you need to become the emperor, you attach to an emperor. You find someone Aries, someone who's, or not Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, someone who's assertive and confident is the big thing. Confident. They're confident. You really admire that. You're drawn to that. And so it just means that's what you want to get, but change into, guys. Thank you. Cancers, thanks for joining me. Here we are. Indicasa edition of the Morning Quickies here. Couldn't get to the beach due to the weather this morning, so this is your love reading for the 24th of May. You're coming in with the Ten of Wands. It's like you've done everything you can do. Yeah, if this is your reading, you've been thinking recently, or you said recently, I've done everything that I can do about this love situation, this love reading. What's challenged you is the lovers. So this is in a challenge position. You feel like you've done everything you can do. Challenge position. You've done everything you can do. Let's see. Five of Wands, arguing and bickering. That's what you're tired of. And you feel like you've done everything you could do. And there's been all this arguing and bickering around love. The fact that it's the lovers, it could go either way. It could just be, I kind of like that it's in challenge. It's an over expectations around love, over romanticism. Maybe the Ten of Wands could be an indication you're at the end of the romance phase. And, reality is settling in with now a lot of fighting that before might have been stuff swept under the rug. Now it comes out. This is what's going on here. Cancer friends. Now this is your advice. Okay. Couple things. This is advice to kind of step back and think about, like, roll your sleeves up and take a deep breath and step back from this because you're done. So, and see what can be made out of all this. It's like a friend of mine said, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Well, you gotta make something out of this, and the magician can do it. It's Spirit saying with this advice, it's like really look at this in every way, in the material way, in the actions that you took or that you didn't take. Focus on you, first of all. How you felt, how you feel right now, what's your feelings in all of this. The Magicians incorporates everything, and it really spend some time just thinking about this and focus on this, and maybe also communicate about this. Maybe communicate with them. This speaks to me of closure here. Cancer. Issues around closure. Because I think if you don't, you're going to walk away, and then you're going to walk away in this Eight of Swords energy. Now, this is really serious, and this is really bad. Excuse me, I powdered my card with talc yesterday. It really kind of worked, because it's kind of freshened them up. But if you don't do this, what I said with the Magician, you're going to go away, and you're going to just be 8 months, or some, God knows, 8 years. You're going to be in this Eight of Swords, just the worst, just no one can help you, and you're stuck in your own head going around. So if you're thinking you can just like walk away from this or something, it's like, no, you really need to figure it out, pull out all the stops. Keep in mind too, this is number one. So the Fool's journey starts, the Magician comes in and basically takes a look at all the resources that are available, and so that you can then decide, what to do with your Fool's journey, your life. No? Thank you, guys. Leo, thanks for joining me here. This is Indicasa edition of Morning Quickies. We're going to look at you and love and relationship, coming in with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this could be you, being, fire sign. So Knights could be a little bit younger, or middle age, you might say. Would indicate that energy, but it's definitely your energy. So boy, look at, I want to point out this card. You can see here the volcano here in the background. So this is you feeling particularly hot and feeling strong. Wands are always actions, always Mars energy. Mars in your chart, think of it, Mars is in Cancer now. Maybe that's a good position for you, even though it's fall there. But you're fired up, and it's great energy to be in with relationships. You might just be in love and lust and all of it, in the throes of a passionate new beginning. This implies it's already here, or you're moving directly towards it, right? Now, what's crossing you is the King of Cups. Ooh, thank God I don't have the other deck. 'Cause if what was crossing you was the Emerald Tarot's Jim Morrison King of Cups, that would really be upset me. But here, it's interesting, in a crossing position, it shows someone probably a little bit older than you, probably in some position of power, or in some way you might see them in that way, or and he's looking kind of, got his cup there, but he's like, I'm not really dying to give it to anybody right now. Pretty stoic kind of look about him. And then this is crossing you. So, and this could be, again, I always kind of look at this as if the cup is just, this was a reversal. So if this was a reverse King of Cups, that's someone being passive aggressive, being emotionally manipulative, strongly so, toxically so. So yeah, read it like that. Toxic emotional manipulation, probably from your person, could indicate a water sign. I don't know. And here we have the Eight of Wands. So this is your advice, okay? We'll see what we get with the outcome. But this looks like a speed bump. Like this King of Cups is like boom. So I don't know. This could be like an ex that has too much of an opinion, and screw you, it's my life. Because your advice is this is like, go for it. This is like Nike, just do it kind of advice here for Leos. And you're already coming in hot. And so if what's standing in your way, now if you're standing in your own way, it's the same kind of energy. It would be different. But I wouldn't, if this was you, like emotionally, like ignoring your emotional self and just rushing in with no thought, no attention to how you feel, I don't think you'd get like the green light here. So that's not, I think that's like a speed bump. You're going over that and you're getting the world. Yeah. And there's a leveling up though. There's a leveling up somehow because you're getting the world. And you're going to like basically earn it. You are in the process of earning it. You, Leo, are kind of doing all this. This is you, this is your advice, and you end up with the world. And it's all because of you. You did this. Like, you manifested it, you carried it, you are the activator and the Aries sleeper in a twin flame relationship. I mean, it could be. There's a lot of flames here. And you do get the world. So thank you guys. Virgo, my favorite sign, welcome today. This is the 24th of May, the last week of May already. Doing the morning quickies. This is your read for love and relationship on the 24th and where you're at. And you're looking, it's hard to read that card in this position of where you're at, your mind and heart around love and relationship. You're looking for something, you know. Looking for love, hopefully, and not in all the wrong places. Now, what's blocking you is a Page of Cups. What's challenging you is a Page of Cups. Let me see what the advice is here. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands will probably trump a Page of Cups. Ace of Wands as advice is follow your passion. So clearly here, make this kind of go with this. You're looking for love, okay? What's challenging you really is your emotions. So there's something emotional, and it's probably about you. It could be something about the emotional connection with your person, but it's something that's toxic or what's blocking you or challenging you. Now, it may not be that big a deal because it's a Page of Cups, but it's something so it might not be something like someone's cheating or anything like that, but there's some emotional disconnect or something in some way. And the advice from Spirit's a little odd, but you got to go with the cards, okay? Is that this has something to do with passion. So this also could be like, the advice is like, think about what do you really love? I don't know what comes to my mind is a story about a soldier. And they asked him, it's like, aren't you afraid? Because he's brave and he has medals and everything. And he said, oh yeah, I'm always terrified. And he said, well, how do you do these things? And he said, well, I love my men. I love the men around me more than I'm afraid. And he said, I guess love overcomes fear. That's what this is. So it's not just passion. It's love. And so maybe you don't really know what love is, Virgo. What do you feel passionate about? That feeling? What blows the dress up? What makes you, Yoda's staff get hard? It's a kind of bringing it with the Page of Cups and then the Ace of Wands, making it real simple, like almost like, the challenge is maybe feelings. You're not in touch with your feelings. Well, how does your body feel? When you're with someone, how does your body feel? We've been with them for a while. How does it feel? Yeah, but Four of Pentacles, because you want to hold back. I think you will, maybe for a little bit longer. Could be a 4-month period here. So you start with the Three of Wands and you end with the Four of Pentacles. This is like you look, and then you step back and you're holding on to your coins and holding on to your energy, holding back, withdrawing your energy. Don't see you doing this. Think about this, Virgo. You have free will. Everybody gets to do what they want. Could be wrong. But if you're resonating with this, think about that, Follow your passion. It's okay. Thank you, guys. Libras, thanks for joining me here. It's your Morning Quickies, the Indicasa edition. For the 24th of May. Crazy. Last week of May already. This is you in the round relationship, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. You get the Sagittarius card for this purpose, you could look Sag in your chart maybe as being relevant. I've got South Node there now, don't I know? And moving on to 5 degrees for this moon on the 26th. So that's going to be significant. But this is also Jupiter. This is optimism. This is expansion. This is alchemy. This is some kind of mastery. This is feeling like you're in control, like things are really going well. In an optimistic way, feeling like patient, you know. You're patient because you have a lot of faith that everything's going to go well, you know. Like anything's possible in this energy here. Welcome to my world. 3 of Cups. Now this is what's crossing you, huh? This is what's blocking you. This is your challenge, the 3 of Cups energy. I'm trying to go with something other than a third party, but that could be. It could be too, Libra. It could be you want to stay. If you want to stay in this energy, this excessive partying, because this is your challenge. So you always read this as up, as reversed in this challenge position. Same difference. So, you know, 3 of Cups reversed. You know, too much partying, overindulgence, lack of boundaries with your friends, maybe with your lover. That's your challenge here. And Jupiter with expansion and Sagittarius and the 9th, it's all mutable fire. A lot of times boundaries get lost. So it might be speaking to that. This could be emotional toxicity around other people in your life. Maybe more than one. This could be triangulating, you know, when you bring in a third party to the relationship instead of talking to your partner, even if it's totally not romantic, that kind of thing, that 3 of Cups reversed energy. Okay, now this is, wow, this is your advice from Spirit now, guys. So, Libra, that's your card. As advice for yourself, it's kind of like go back to this temperance energy. Like you say, you can't stay in this temperance energy if you have this kind of toxicity. This is outside stuff, but like I get the feeling like it's all around you. Like for whatever reason, you've surrounded yourself with like kind of toxic people, shallow people. Maybe there's a lot of alcoholism or drugs, and maybe not you so much participating. But you know, now I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the way this happens, if it's not you, is like your partner is like that, and so you get with them, and you've been a while, and their friends are around, and so that's how you end up with these type people maybe around you, where you might not normally have them around you. And this is kind of like I don't want to say warning you, but like encouraging you or giving you every reason to stay in your own power, you know. That's what's going to keep you balanced, being in your own power. You know, classic archetypical Libra energy, the diplomat, giving away power, not having boundaries, not wanting conflict, allowing people to walk over you. No, it's just like quietly and softly. You don't need to pound your chest or yell. You just do yourself and assert yourself, you know, in every way. And so you don't have to point your finger and say you and you and you. You just say, I am going to do this, and and you move right into your power, and just sort of like this low vibration emotional stuff, which is the worst maybe. I don't know, it's all bad. You just move right out of that, right? And you're going to need time to heal. You'll look at maybe 4-month period to heal, to move away from this and heal. And then I tell you what, like just, I got a feeling once you move away and allow yourself to heal and do you, this is going to kind of drop away from you. So be advised, you know, don't be afraid to block people, honestly. It's 26, man, it's on us, it's coming, a couple days here. Here it is, 24th. So believe me, it extends more than a couple days. So that's what's up here, guys. Thank you, Scorpio. Thanks for joining me. This is the 24th of May, last week of May. the Morning Quickies, the Indicasa edition here, Scorpios. And this is you showing up, Seven of Pentacles, where you're at in and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. This is you weighing things, looking at your harvest, the last 7 months, 7 years of the relationship. Have I really gotten back a good return on my investment, been working in the fields every day and getting up early and going to bed late, and here I am harvesting, and is this really a good return for all that work? Usually there's a reason for thinking that. You've been with Pentacles. See, I see they're pretty solid, so it probably is like some issue to reciprocity. And you maybe just haven't been dealing with it, but now you are. It's on your mind. And the Eight of Cups. Now this is what's challenging. Very interesting. This is in the challenging position, so it's not as simple as just walking away. If anything, you always see this. I see this in reverse. So this would be like you can't emotionally walk away. And I was gonna say, you're attracted to this person, but if you're in the Seven of Pentacles energy here, it really means there's a problem, because this is not really the energy you should be in and around love, unless you're like a Virgo Venus. It's kind of an astrology joke. Sorry, Virgo Venus. I kid because I love. But yeah, so you don't want to be weighing things and calculating things and making lists and columns and wondering and feeling that, it really, was it really fair? If you have to ask, if you have to wonder. And it's kind of more like, you can't walk away from that, though. Maybe, you go real quick and go back to childhood, maybe you didn't feel like you got your due back then, and things weren't fair, and you gave more than you got. Sun in conjunct moon in the natal chart, that kind of thing. So maybe it's forever, for whatever reason, you emotionally are kind of stuck in that energy right now. And this is your advice from Spirit, is to think about your long-term committed relationship or your marriage in this. So I'm kind of saying, like, as if I get like almost as if a pastor or a pastoral counselor, which I understand they can be quite good now, were to sit down with you. He might say, okay, let's sit and talk about this, but we also want to consider the fact that you're dealing with this marriage here also. And I don't know if it's your marriage or another marriage, but probably your marriage here. And I kind of get the feeling too, everything's in your control here, Scorpio. This is all in your hands. Your person doesn't, they're there, but they don't really matter. It's all about you. What do you think? What do you feel? Can you figure this out? Do you want to save this marriage? You want to keep this marriage? Wow. And they reveal themselves as the Empress. Maybe that's why you're hanging in there. I mean, an Empress, they're so abundant. The voluptuousness, the beauty, the Venus energy. Wow, Scorpio. So, I think it's kind of advising you that you do need to walk away and let go and quit hanging on to this energy of being counting things. I just get a good feeling off the Empress. I get the feeling, think about an Empress and an Emperor. Inevitably, they're going to have responsibilities in their life, and you're not going to probably be the only person, in their life. They may have responsibilities at work, responsibilities to family, whatever. That might be what it is. So think about that, if that's helpful. And consider, talking to him about it, and letting go of counting the hours. All right, thank you guys. Sagittarius, thank you joining me. It's the 24th of May, the Morning Quickies here. Indicasa edition because of the rain. This is you showing up, Sag. Oh my gosh, did the baby powder on the cards last night make them crisper. So Page of Swords, That's the creepy page. He's kind of serious. I call him the creepy page in this deck, Gilded Tarot Royale. Kind of serious. He's delivering a serious message. This is words, communication, thoughts. This is thinking something very seriously, being kind of like focused on. Look at this. Focused on kind of one thing, like a dog with a bone. You've got a mission. You've got something you need to say. You're not going away. You're going to wait there until the king or whoever you're there to see, until they receive you, and you're going to deliver your message by God. Now, what's crossing is a very powerful energy. Probably a person here, being a king, a fire sign, Aries or Leo or Sagittarius personality, or Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus person, Sagittarius. Seeing that you're a Sagittarius, it could be you're crossing yourself, but because we look at this again as if it's in reverse. So what comes to mind is stuffing anger, having a great deal. The King of Wands reverse can be angry and destructive, just physically destructive energy, and very selfish and angry and outbursts, that kind of energy. Um, so it's like maybe you're sitting on some emotions on anger, and this is bubbling up, and this is what's weighing on your mind. Almost as if by expressing something, you might feel like it's going to release this anger. I get the feeling like a volcano's ready to erupt, Sagittarius, so be careful. Knight of Pentacles, that's your advice. What I just said, be careful. Your advice from Spirit is to be strong, maybe be a little stoic, get this under control. The Knight of Pentacles is self-contained, consistent, patient, dedicated, long-suffering, this kind of energy, and determined, very determined energy. Emphasis on self-contained here. It's a kind of delicate reading. This is all you right here. All you. Now we're talking about, there's got to be a person here somewhere, but this is about you. So it's really like your advice for dealing with your person needs to really shift into this Knight of Pentacles approach. But this has to be dealt with, whatever's on your mind that you're repressing. It's like a repressed anger. Something maybe you're afraid of to expose even to yourself, You feel like it might just make you lose it. And Six of Pentacles. And this is your outcome. So you're moving in, you want to move into some balance here. And it's really going to mean, like if you have Earth in your chart, but you're going to channel the Earth in your chart. You're going to channel being practical, being consistent, being focused on reality. What needs to be done, take care of that, and focus like on your purpose, and just balancing things in your life in a real way with Pentacles. Make changes. You have to make changes, a significant change in your schedule if you have to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Sagittarius, let me know if that resonates with you. Do a special reading tomorrow. Let's see what we get for you. Guys, thank you. Capricorns, thanks for joining me here. This is the Morning Quickies in Casa edition for the 24th of May. Okay? And this is going to be you, where your mind and heart is at, and around relationship. Apparently it's on a marriage. So you're married and you're thinking about a marriage. This is you, and it's where your mind's heart's at. So you really could be thinking about someone else's marriage. Let's hope not. And what's crossing you is the Fool. Man, I don't like to see the Fool in this crossing position. But I'm going to tell you right now, the way this looks is, if you're thinking about someone who's in a marriage, and maybe that they need to leave the marriage, or maybe will they need the marriage, it's a bad idea. If you're in a marriage and you're interested in someone and you're thinking of stepping out of the marriage, it's a bad idea. It's like reverse. So in full reverse is like you don't want to take chances. You want to focus on the facts, ma'am, the facts, and actually use caution. I mean, if we'll reverse, if there's a thing, I mean, it could be danger, like there's real danger. You need to really pay attention. It's like a Mercury retrograde, come to think of it. Pay attention to the details of everything, and don't let it take anything for granted. And look, this is your advice as a Two of Cups. So here's the advice. Go with your Two of Cup person. Where do you want to give your cup, and who's giving your cup to you? I mean, it's mutual. Don't give your cup to somebody who doesn't care if you exist, obviously, but so whether it's this marriage or the person who is married, or it's your person, um, but still, this is advising that you exercise extreme caution and don't take any chances. Don't leave things to chance here, Capricorns. Let's see what the outcome is. Wow, but you're going for it. Okay, you're gonna go for it because you feel like you have something here. Now, the fact that you're having to go for it, I don't think this is your marriage. Okay. I think you're going to take a chance either on a new lover, or you're going to take a chance on someone who's leaving their relationship. And I don't really see it as turning out badly. With the Two of Cups here being advice from Spirit, that's kind of a green light. Whoever it is you love, whoever it is you want to give your heart to, whoever that person is, the universe is saying do it. And it's implying that they're going to return it, so that's important, right? Can't beat that. And you may be making a move. I can't really tell right here if you're moving towards them or they're moving towards you, but one of you has to move towards the other, okay? So you're not together. Thank you, guys. Aquarius, thanks for joining me here on the 24th of May already, huh? This is the Indicasa edition of the Morning Quickies, okay? This is you, your love energy in and around relationships, where your mind is at, where your heart is at. Okay, let's go to, it's a daily reading. Maybe you had a big fight and somebody slept on the couch last night. That's the Tower, I hope. Okay, that's where you're at, and challenging you. Now this in the position of challenging you is like it's like it's reversed, so over romanticizing something, basically. Being in the romance phase, being blinded by love, being blinded by past patterns in love and emotional problems and maybe issues if it's in reverse or in the challenging position. That would kind of give some indication of why the Tower would fall. It's almost like it could have been built upon false emotional grounds, and then it came down maybe when the romance phase was ended. And yes, so judgment comes in as advice. It's like really wanting to put to the Tower experience your what you get out of it. How does that fit in with your life purpose, with your calling? What do you learn? What's your soul lesson from this experience? And your challenge here is that I think you're tending to look at this in an overly romanticized view, and maybe need to be more realistic. And I think with judgment, it very much means more focused on you, like they kind of don't matter, and it's all about like, what did you feel? What did you get out of it? What did you learn? How are you different now? And it kind of implies to me it's something about this relationship with judgment. If you figured out, it's going to really help you. You're being called up to understand it, basically. Being called up, saying, understand what went on here. Because it's like maybe if you do, your life will get more in alignment and you won't have to repeat this again, Those who don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. And your advice is you're going to spend some time going inside, looking at you. What do I want? What do I need? What was my part in this? Why did I choose this? What's the pattern? Is it similar to other things? Not what did they do and why did they do this and why don't they do that and blah, blah, blah. Really going inside with the hermit and looking at yourself here and figuring out your stuff. So when you move forward, I think you will. It's actually, this is a very positive reading, Aquarius. You will move forward with being in complete self-mastery, out of this. You'll understand yourself. You'll be free and clear. When you're ready to leave your cave, you'll be a force to be reckoned with, Aquarius. Thank you, guys. Pisces, always last, never least. Here we are on the 24th of May. Can you believe it? The last week of May, the Morning Quickies Into Casa edition. And let's see what we got for you. This is you, where your mind and heart is at, and around relationships here. Now, Wheel of Fortune. Boy, that's a tricky one. Kind of wide open, but you may be feeling with this in terms of love and relationship that you're on the verge of something momentous. You've found the one. Even like you could even just be single and kind of having this feeling, maybe getting tarot readings that are saying they're coming, your twin flame is here, your soulmate's here, but you're feeling that kind of energy. A little like the hairs can be standing up on the back of your neck or on your arm or something. It's a little bit of electrical buzz can be even, like, just a sense, a deep underlying sense that there's something significant going on for you. And now your challenge is the Six of Swords. It's almost, I think with this, I hear this a lot in readings. It's like you have to move away from something. It's a mental pattern. I think in this case, not necessarily, it could be physically moving away because maybe you can't move away from a mental pattern because your person keeps you in it. But moving away, and I think that moving away from this pattern is going to kind of release the wheel to turn, probably in your favor, is what they say. It's any reason not. It's like it's important. It's like you're, in terms of love and relationship, we've caught you at a moment, going to be in your chart here, Pisces. Neptune's what, 23 degrees now? Pisces very on the final 10 degrees here, so very powerful depending on where your sun is at there. Energy going on, and this is something pretty can be pretty momentous. Meeting your soulmate, huge changes that just come out of nowhere. But it's sort of like you have to move away from something. Now this is your advice, I think it's kind of saying you have to move away from the some kind of mental anguish and mental suffering. And with the Nine of Swords, I kind of like the Nine of Swords because to me it implies, yeah, you're up late and it sucks, but you're thinking about it. You're really trying to work through it with the 9. You're trying to get it over with to the 10. And you're out of the 8 of Swords. That's the worst to me. It's like, thank God that's not here. Or the 7. There's no 7. There's no way. Well, Sagittarius, I'm looking for the bright side, but really, it's like the advice is, you got to deal with this and resolve this anguish here. And it's like, there's like a promise. It's like as soon as you do, a key appears in your hand, and you go to the Chariot, and it starts it up, and that's your wheel of the Wheel of Fortune turns for me. It's like you have to. It's almost like, okay, like the wheel is already turned, but you're like stuck in it somehow, and you're blocking it because of this mental anguish here that you're lost in, and you're can't move away from, because the Six of Swords reversed, I should say, when it's in a challenge position, you can't move away from, and you're getting stuck in this energy, and the wheel wants to turn. So as soon as you move yourself from that, the wheel starts to turn again. But you're going to have to fight your way out. With the Seven of Wands, I'm glad it's not the Seven of Swords. So you're going to have to take action. This is often about boundaries here, I think. Strongly establishing and asserting your boundaries, your personal boundaries. and it's righteous defense of the castle. So never doubt that what you're doing is the right thing to do, or not. It's the right thing to do. There's no doubt about it. And it's like, again, as soon as you do this, as soon as you move away from that energy, and it's going to take asserting yourself here strongly, defending yourself, then I think this wheel is just going to go click, and something's going to fall right into place for you. I bet you. You know, it might be a little bit like jumping off the cliff, but you know, there's going to be a nice cushy mattress a few feet down, with Prince or Princess Charming in it. I hope, guys. Thank you for joining me. Give me a like. Appreciate everyone subscribing.